Today I'm going to talk about the Sony full-frame 50mm f2.8 macro lens. The lens has a compact and lightweight design. It has 3 switches and buttons on the left side for autofocus and manual focus, a focus range limiter, and a focus hold button. I use this lens for food photography, and to be honest, the main reasons I bought a mirrorless camera is to take pictures of food. I like taking really up-close shots of food, so I ran into the problem of my photos looking out of focus. That was a learning curve for me because I was new to using a mirrorless camera, and with a phone, you can get as close as you want to the subject with no problem. With this lens, you can get as close as 0.16 meters. I'm using blueberries and chocolate as the theme of today's photo shoot. The chocolate is from Rocca and Beyond Good. The backgrounds are from replica surfaces. My favorite thing about replica surfaces is that they're stain resistant, so it's really good for messy foods. You can get as messy as you want, and you just have to clean the surfaces with 4-9 spray. I'm also using black foam board because I like my food photography to be dark and moody. I'm using my Amaran lamp as my light source. The main drawback of this lens is how slow it takes to focus for macro shots. But when I'm using this lens for portraits, it doesn't take as long to focus from what I've noticed. The lens is really versatile. You can use it for macro and as a regular lens. I primarily tend to take macro shots of food, so the time it takes to focus isn't a huge issue for me. It becomes a problem when you're trying to take shots of animals or nature where you need the lens to focus really quickly for that once-in-a-lifetime shot. Something else to keep in mind is that this is a photo lens. It's not ideal for video, although I've been using it to film most of my YouTube videos up until this point. This video is actually being filmed with a 50mm macro lens right now. The reason I bring this up is because I've used this lens to film a vlog in the past, and there was a lot of movement in the scene and it was slow to focus. So there were a few seconds in the video where everything looks blurry and you're just staring at this blurred out scene for way too long. However, I've upgraded to the Sony a7 IV, and I noticed that for video, it's a lot quicker to focus compared to the previous camera I was using, which was the a7R3. I want to talk a little bit about the chocolate I used for today's shoot. They're both from Rocca and Beyond Good. They're ethical chocolate companies based in Brooklyn. What I love about them is how transparent they are with where and how they source their cocoa beans. Beyond Good gets their cocoa beans directly from the farmers, and their chocolate is produced in Madagascar, which is really cool because how often do you get to buy chocolate directly made in Africa? Rocca prints the price that they pay for the cacao on the inside of their wrappers. Their chocolate is actually produced in a factory in Brooklyn, which is pretty cool for a New Yorker like me.